Welcome back in one of the Bears Drop Plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday, January 20th. We have made it to the college football national title game. We have Notre Dame going up against Ohio State. The last college football breakdown of the season. Sad to see it go. Was an up and down year. We're 23 games above 500 right now. Looking for a sweep. Looking for 26 games above 500. Not the best, not the worst, but it's a winning record. Happy everybody was along for the ride for this college football season. Hope to see you next season. But we're going to be talking about Notre Dame going up against Ohio State. Last game we talked about was Ohio State going up against Texas. Had Ohio State cover the spread. Had Will Howard over his total passing yards, cover the spread. Loser was Emeka over his total receiving yards. Missed that by a couple, but 2-1 day last time we broke down this game. Let's break it down again. Notre Dame, the surprise. I really thought Penn State was going to be able to beat Notre Dame. I had Penn State to lose to Ohio State in the national championship for a couple $1,000, and it did not cash, which is unfortunate because I really thought Penn State was in control of that game for the most part in the fourth quarter, and then Penn State does what they always do and blow the lead in the fourth quarter and can't win the big game. I guess the second to big game, just the Franklin special over there for Penn State. But Notre Dame deserves to be here. They've been a good team all season long. Did not expect them to be in the national title game, but Marcus Freeman's doing a really good job coaching up those guys. Everybody believes on that team, which is the most important part in any sport, really. But I think that the time for Notre Dame to lose a game is going to be right now. They obviously have won 3 consecutive games, all 3 of those games being in the playoffs. They beat Indiana by 10, really wasn't close in that 10-point win. They beat Georgia by 13 again, really wasn't close in a 13-point win. And then they beat Penn State by 3. One of the better games of the college football playoffs so far. But they have played some pretty good opponents coming into this national title game going up against Ohio State. I think Ohio State has played arguably the toughest schedule so far. Tennessee won 42-17, Oregon 41-21, both those games. Absolute blowouts. And then against Texas, pretty close. That game might have gone to overtime if we didn't get that strip sack for a touchdown. Quinn Ewers was about to have Texas go in, score. Maybe they go for 2, win the game. Maybe they just tied up and go to overtime, but they did win that game by 14. It was the first time Ohio State actually looked human for the playoffs ever since they lost to Michigan. But I think Ohio State is going to dominate Notre Dame in this game. I think they're the way better team on paper. I think they have the way better athletes in this game. Only way Notre Dame can stay in this one, if they try to establish the run game, I mean, they're going to try to with Jeremiah Love and Riley Leonard, but this Ohio State defense, they're so good. They're top 3 in both passing defense and rushing defense. They've been good at forcing turnovers in the playoffs so far. I just don't see Notre Dame having a lot of success going up against this defense. I think they're going to get some points late in this game, fourth quarter. I think Ohio State will be up by 14-plus points in the majority of the game. And I'm not trying to bash the Notre Dame defense. They have so many talented players on that side of the ball. They're probably going to be able to stop the run in this game. Will Howard's going to have his hands full trying to pick apart this defense. They're very good in the secondary. But at the same time, Will Howard's been playing unbelievable football over the last several games. Not the Will Howard that we saw at Kansas State. I think he will dominate once again in this game. I have doubted Notre Dame the last 2 games. They've won both those games. So I'm just saying what I think is going to happen. Don't go off of my opinion. Go off of what you're feeling. It's the last game of the year. I'm just throwing out my 2 cents in this game. I've said Ohio State's going to win the title ever since they lost to Michigan. I still think they're going to win the title. I'm going to take them minus 8.5 as to play. A lot of points to be laying in a title game, but we have seen college football title games be blowouts all the time. So I don't expect this to be that close of a game. I'm going to take the Ohio State Buckeyes minus 8.5 as the final play of the year. Let's go to the player props for tomorrow. Going to be looking at both quarterbacks. Going to be starting with Will Howard. Not going to take the passing yards because, again, I'm going to respect that Notre Dame secondary. I am going to take the over 39.5 longest reception for Will Howard going to one of his receivers, one of his top-tier wide receivers in this game, most likely. Hopefully, Jeremiah Smith. I'll probably be betting on Jeremiah Smith to score a touchdown in this game because he was shut down in that Texas game. They only had 1 catch, 2 yards, something like that. But I feel like Jeremiah Smith's going to be in the play calls for the first drive, at least for Ohio State, just force feed him the ball. But he has so many weapons all over the field. Eventually, the top's going to get broken off of this Notre Dame defense. And I do think Will Howard, with the way he's been throwing the ball down the field, he's been throwing some dots. That graphic's wrong. It says Texas. It's obviously Notre Dame. Sorry for the Texas one, but the way Will Howard's been throwing dots in the playoffs so far, I just don't see him missing a lot of throws in this game. He's had 280-plus yards in 3 consecutive games. He's thrown for nearly 30-plus attempts each game. He's been on fire inside the pocket. He's not even taken off and running. He's just comfortable in the pocket over the last 3 games. I like him in this game. to find one of the receivers deep. Over 39.5 as his longest reception on the day. And then for the other player prop, Riley Leonard to throw a touchdown pass is minus 107 right now, and I'm going to take it. I took it last time against Penn State. Didn't get it the way I thought. I thought it might be in garbage time because I thought Penn State would be up by double-digit points in the fourth quarter, which they were very close to being up by double digits in the fourth quarter. But this came on elite coverage by Penn State. Riley Leonard had a touchdown on that play, had 223 yards against Penn State and a touchdown. That's a pretty good day going against one of the top-tier defenses in the league. But he has thrown at least one touchdown in every college football playoff game so far. One against Indiana, one against Georgia, had 90 yards in the game, threw a touchdown, and then one against Penn State. I think it's a pretty good bet. Minus 107, nearly a pick 'em for your starting quarterback to throw a touchdown. I understand Notre Dame's going to keep the ball on the ground for the majority of the game, but inside the 5-yard line, play action, try to get the linebackers to bite, little tight end dump, or even a breakaway touchdown like they did against Penn State. I think it's too good of an offer to pass up. So give me Riley Leonard over a touchdown going up against Ohio State as the final play. Let's take a look at the recap graphic. Again, thank you guys for watching all these videos throughout the year. Hopefully I'll see you guys next year on the college football side. We're taking Ohio State as the last play of the year, minus 8.5 as the play. Will Howard, longest pass reception, over 39.5. And then Riley Leonard, anytime touchdown passing, over 0.5 passing touchdowns, minus 107 is what I'm seeing right now as the final play of the day. Guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA football plays and props for Monday, January 20th slated games. If you guys enjoy the content, please share this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.